She said it like it was nothing, like it was the most normal thing in the world. I'm divorcing him. I can't live on his pathetic salary anymore. She wasn't whispering. She wasn't shaking. She was laughing, soft and cruel, holding a glass of wine in her hand, sitting 2 chairs away from me in her mother's kitchen. She thought I couldn't hear her. She forgot about the wall I had fixed months ago, the one where I knew exactly how sound traveled. She also forgot that I had stopped reacting a long time ago. I didn't flinch. I didn't argue. I simply listened, quietly, every word soaking in, every little plan she thought she was sharing in secret. Her mother murmured, encouraging her with a quiet, "Get everything. He's too soft to fight." And she smiled, thinking the plan was set in motion. She thought she had already won. She didn't notice the months of subtle changes I'd seen, the switch from a distant, cold bedroom wife to smiles she forced, touches she pretended were tender, dinners she sat through without warmth. She believed I was weak. That I couldn't see what was happening. But I could. I saw everything. It wasn't always this way. 3 years ago, she used to hum as she ironed my shirts, singing the little love songs she made up. She told me she admired how grounded I was, how steady, how dependable. I worked as a mechanical engineer. Not flashy, not a millionaire's salary, but solid, reliable. She called that sexy. She said she loved that she could count on me. And for a while, I thought she did. But then the world whispered a different story to her. Her friends married lawyers, executives, CEOs, men with wealth and status. Suddenly, what had once been admirable, my stability, my reliability, was dull, ordinary, not enough. She wanted more than comfort, she wanted luxury. She wanted comparison. The first rail cut came when her influencer cousin visited. She introduced me as a small-time engineer, but sweet. That little phrase felt like a blade twisting. The first real betrayal. I didn't react. I smiled, noting it, storing it in my memory, because I had learned early on that patience is a weapon. The second, deeper betrayal came unexpectedly, quietly, in the form of a printout I found in the kitchen drawer one Thursday night. She had left it there, careless, thinking no one would ever see it. But I did. It was titled Divorce Strategy, detailed bullet points, careful subpoints, every plan meticulously thought out, demand the house, request alimony, don't mention his private fund, he'll never use it. She knew, of course, that I had a private investment portfolio built before we married. She had lied to her lawyer, claiming ignorance, confident that if I didn't mention it in court, it wouldn't count. She expected me to be dumb, to play the naive husband. For a moment, I let her think she had me. Then I began documenting everything, silently, deliberately. I installed an app on her phone disguised as a calendar widget, recording her conversations, syncing her messages. I listened as she rehearsed her lines in front of the mirror, perfecting the fake sobs and dramatic gestures she would use in court. She told her friends she would win everything, the house, the money, the sympathy. She said, "He'll thank me for taking it all. He's too much of a coward to fight." And I smiled. I smiled because I was calm, quiet, watching, waiting. I was the man she thought she could break, the man she thought would bend under her plans. When her lawyer sent over the divorce papers, I signed immediately. No contest. No argument. Just a nod and a calm, "You deserve everything." She beamed, thinking victory was hers. She had no idea that everything meant something she couldn't possibly imagine. A week later, she moved into the house, triumphant, decorating, painting, settling in as if she owned it. And I let her. I let her believe the illusion. I waited. The house, the deed, the assets, it had never been hers. Years ago, I had placed the property under a shell company, owned by a trust connected to my private fund, the same fund she had claimed didn't exist. Her name was never listed. She never checked. She assumed victory, unearned and blind. A month passed. Long enough for her to settle, to feel safe, to enjoy the illusion. And then I acted. The company served her a notice, tenant eviction, property reclamation, 15 days to vacate. Panic set in instantly. She called her lawyer, frantic, bewildered. He had no answers. I listened as he questioned her, voice shaking, asking why she hadn't disclosed the trust, the private fund. She screamed at me. She accused me of betrayal. I stayed calm. The calmness is what unnerved her most. She tried to play the victim, to manipulate, to stage sympathy for friends. But I released the evidence I had collected, audio of her rehearsing fake tears, her printed divorce strategy, her own words to her mother about me being too soft to fight. Suddenly, the illusion shattered. Sympathy evaporated. No one wants to side with a manipulator, someone who plans betrayal over wine and rehearsed smiles. 16 days later, I walked back into my home. The smell of her perfume lingered, the walls still fresh with paint, the faint echoes of her laughter just fading. The mask had fallen. She was gone. No house. No alimony. No assets. All her careful plans crumbled under the weight of her own deceit. And I never had to gloat. I didn't post anything, didn't make noise, didn't tell a soul. I simply lived. Silence became my strategy, and in that silence, I reclaimed my life. I let her believe she had power, let her dig her hole, and then quietly handed her the shovel. She thought she was leaving a mark on me, but in truth, the only one she revealed was herself. I didn't ruin her, she had already built her empire of lies. I just let it collapse beneath her. I walked away with everything intact, without a single drop of regret. I preserved what mattered, peace, dignity, and life free from pretense. She thought she had one, but in the end, she only exposed who she truly was, and that knowledge was far more valuable than any asset. I didn't just survive betrayal. I outlasted it. I endured the plotting, the rehearsed tears, the manipulations, silently documenting, anticipating, waiting. The illusion of weakness became my greatest strength. While she chased the idea of victory, I preserved reality. When the curtain fell, I stepped forward into my life, unbroken, untainted, completely mine. Her empire of lies had collapsed, and I walked through the aftermath calm, composed, free.